Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawudah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here topic dealing with, the times that we're rapidly approaching, all right? Which is, what they call the day of the Lord or Jacob's trouble, all right? Which is it's all going into one and the same, But things is about to get worse and worse and worse, man. It's about to be a time like never before on the planet Earth since there was a nation even into the same time, all right? And nevertheless, going a little deeper into that, dealing with you women, all right? Because you got, there's quite a bit of women that actually watch our videos and things like that, But nevertheless, hey, man, at the end all be all for you women to be saved, you need to be with a man of the Lord. All right. This is going to be like the scriptures say, man. All right. A woman going to be saved by childbearing. All right. But nevertheless, we're going to go into these things. All right. And in the scriptures and show forth that, this is going to be your way out. All right. Now, if you plan on so-called being saved, or if you plan on being saved or whatever, whatnot, you need to be getting yourself with a man of the Lord. And we are approaching these here, the end all be all times, like the scriptures say in Amos chapter 8, concerning the famine of the word. All right. We're about to, looking at how YouTube is changing up all their different things to get us off the internet, all right, and how they're coming down on all the things that we put into our videos or whatever, whatnot, and we're looking at these other prophecies like the RFID chip being massively pushed, all right, the wars and rumors of wars getting closer and closer, this economy about to collapse, man, all right. We know that salvation is right around the corner, all right. So what? You don't want to, just like those 5 unwise virgins who waited to get their lamp oil, and then when the Lord came, they was trying to scramble to go find their oil, man. All right, you need to be like the 5 wise virgins who prepared ahead of time, all right? Just like the men of the Lord, we're preparing ahead of time. Why? Because the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. Blessed is he that readeth. With all that get understanding, all right? This is what the men of the Lord are doing right now, all right? They're stacking up spiritual gifts, man, all right? Making a spiritual investment into their salvation, all right? Same with you women. You need to be doing the same thing, man. All right, there's no time to be lollygagging around or whatever, whatnot, just watching the videos and trying to build yourself up. Because what in that day, I mean, you could be watching the videos and things like that or whatever, whatnot. But when those things, when the family of the word come and we get, the Lord pull us up off the highways and the byways and uploading videos, then what are you going to do to come out the woodwork to find us? All right, and then and when all hell start breaking loose, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be running around asking men, are you a man of the Lord? Are you a man of the Lord? That's not gonna work like that, man. All right. And then what? Your chances of not really finding one of these men of the Lord and losing out your salvation. This is also, your faith by your works, man. All right. Like what? Men of the Lord, we have to show our faith by our works. Yeah, we say we believe in all this stuff, but are you actually doing what's commanded of you in the scriptures? You see what I'm saying? Like, the Lord say, hey, go out to the highways and the byways and bid as many to the marriages as you can find. All right. Show Israel their transgressions. All right. So what? You see the real men of the Lord who read these words, who say they believe in these words. Not only do they say they believe in these words, but they show you they believe in these words by their actions. Same with you women. You call yourself a so-called righteous woman or whatever, whatnot, and believing in this here truth, believe that we're the men of the Lord, believe we have the truth, believe these things are coming to pass, but yet you still sitting on the sideline. You're not really trying to get with one of these men of the Lord. You're not trying to build a relationship or try to get to know any of these men. What do you think is going to happen in that day, man? All right, because why? Really, the men of the Lord, really the last thing on our mind is these women. All right. Now I can tell you from my own experience. This is one of the things. I love women. You see what I'm saying? But like that's almost like how do I say? That's like one of the things that women. You know what I'm saying? To have women or whatever, whatnot. But at the end all be all, and the time and how do I put this? And the situation that we in, that shit is on the back burner. All right. It's just like being out in war. You may love your wife. You may love your kids. You may love whatever your family back at home or whatever, whatnot. But when you're on the battlefield and bullets is flying over your head and bombs is dropping, hey, man, the number one desire that you have is to make it back safe. All right. Because if you ain't going to make it back safe, what good is your wife? What good is your kids and your family if you're not alive? You see, you can't show them no love if you're dead. Your first priority need to be getting up out of the damn way of fire. All right. So what? We're putting, how do I say, the work of the Lord first and foremost. All right. So we're not really in the mindset of let's go out here and try to find these so-called righteous women or whatever, whatnot. If that was the case, we'd basically be still, living it up here in Babylon, trying to, make life better for ourselves here in Babylon. Oh, if I could just go get me a nice, righteous woman, everything will be all right. Nah, man, that's the wrong spirit to be in. All right. For the men, You see what I'm saying? The men of the Lord, we hasten in time. Well, we hasten in salvation. All right, we pushing forth this what was commanded of us. All right, what is going to do what? Preaching on the highways and the byways, showing Israel their transgressions, waking up the sheep, the lost sheep of Israel, and gathering them all back up together is doing what? Preparing salvation so we can get the fuck up out of here. All right, so what? We showing our faith by our works. How much more you women that call yourselves so-called righteous women out there? All right, like I said, there's quite a bit of you out there, but yet and still, you know, you're not really trying to make an effort towards any of these men of the Lord. All right. So what do you think is going to happen in that day, man? Yeah, you say you believe, you know all these things are coming. All right. But what? You're going to try to scramble and try to find these men in that day, man. All right. And then at the end all be all, man, you know, that man has to sit there and accept you. All right. And so what? You don't want to be in the last minute hoping that this man's going to accept you. You know, you've been watching videos for so long and, you know, getting all the edification that you can get, you know, from watching the videos or whatever, whatnot, and say you believe in the men of the Lord or whatever, whatnot, even changing your life up a little bit, you know, trying to better yourself to, you know, follow after the law, statutes, commandments. But what, at the end all be all, at the end of the day, you're not trying to get with any of these men of the Lord. All right. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and read through some of these scriptures. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. All right. And that's the times that we coming in, man. You know, 2/3 of our people, they're in that mind state of, don't talk to me about negative stuff. You always being negative. Talk to me about positivity stuff and so on and so forth. You know, everything is still going on. Everything is prospering. You know, they asleep and they blinded. But what you have, you know, even some women that's not in the truth that can discern that, hey, there's some problems coming. You know, there's something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, you ain't got no man around you. You know what I'm saying? Not even a regular 2/3 or a non-righteous man, more or less to say, not a man of the Lord. You don't even got one of them around. So when you know, you can discern that there's about to be an economic collapse. You can discern that there's about to be race wars. You can discern that there's about to be all out chaos and basically the purge going on. But you just find living by yourself up in your apartment. Like, well, what you going to do in that day when these things come to pass, man? What are you going to do in those days? You know, you still trying to lord over men and this and that. Oh, I'm Miss Independent. Oh, I don't need no man. Okay, well, wait and see when that time come, man, and see what really happens in that day, man. All right. Verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. So this is talking about the men. All right. This is, you know, why are they screaming like women is in labor pains, like she's giving birth, man? All right. It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turn to paleness? All right. And the answer is verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. Going into what? The elect, the 1/3 and 144,000. All right. And now the 144,000, these are all men. All right. So what? And these are pretty much the prophets. All right. So what? You women, you should be trying to get with one of these men to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, to fix up any loose ends that you may have. You may be still lacking in certain areas where if you're in this direct contact with this man of the Lord, all right, if this is actually your man, he going to guide you in the right direction you need to be in. All right. We're not trying to so-called get women for our own benefit or whatever, whatnot. We understand that the population of the planet Earth is about to be drastically reduced. All right. And the population of Israel is about to be drastically reduced. All right. 2/3 is about to get cut off and die on this side, man. All right. That's more than half of, you know, when you go into the percentage, 50% is half, right? 2/3 is what? 66.6%. That's what? 16.6% more than half. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, everything's about to be trimmed down to, you know, how do I say, real slim. So guess what? The children of Israel we're gonna wind up repopulating, all of Israel gonna wind up coming back into the kingdom. But how they gonna get there? All right, we're gonna have to bring our nation back through what? Reproduction. All right. So what? There's gonna be some women that's gonna be saved, man, to reproduce. This is not a thing where we just want women or whatever, whatnot. Hey man, we're gonna have to bring back the nation of Israel. All right. So you women that's, call yourself righteous or whatever, whatnot, and the ones that's going to wind up being saved, you're going to wind up being the mothers of Israel. All right. You're going to wind up bringing forth the nation of Israel back. All right. So you have a job that's coming up real soon. All right. You might as well go ahead and start, planning and prepping for this here job, man. All right. Because all of this starts here on this side. All right. Before the Lord come back to actually deliver us up out of here, all of these things are going to start happening on this side. All right. You're going to start seeing you're going to meet your future husband right here, right now, man. All right. So it says, Jeremiah 30:7 again, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. So now let me go from there to the book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, what day? We talking about what? The day of we was just reading about, Jacob's trouble. All right. It says, and in that day, 7 women. All right. 7 is just representing a complete number. All right. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right. So like nowadays, women, but I ain't sharing no man this and that. Hey man, when your life and your salvation depend on it, what you gonna do? You gonna humble down. All right. Because why? The Lord set it up that first of all, there's on the planet Earth. All right. There's 7 women to every one man on the planet Earth as it is now. All right. So if every man got with one woman on the planet Earth, for every, couple that there is, there's going to be 6 women that's without a husband. All right. And this is how the Lord has it set up. But nevertheless, it says in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right. So like nowadays you have it to where these women is like, I don't want no nigga that can't take care of me. He got to be able to buy me, designer bags, a new foreign whip, a big ass house. He got to go get my hair done, nails done, all this shit week in and week out. If you ain't spending no money, you can't get with me, And this is what's going on the radio. This is what they promoting in the radio, the music, and all the music videos and all these different things. But nevertheless, all of these things gonna be turned on their head, man. Everything's about to be turned right side up, man. All right, these women gonna start humbling themselves down, man. All right, they said that they will eat it says we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, meaning you don't got to go and provide for me like this and that. Just look, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right, and what is it basically? What is our name gonna be, man? Our name is gonna be basically Israel. We're gonna be the servants of the Lord. We the servants of the Lord. The men of the Lord, the prophets. All right, and the Lord's coming back to save His elect. All right, now you want to be a part of that man and his so-called inheritance or his blessing or his reward. All right, just like Salakia, just like Noah and his sons, right? Noah did all the work. Noah was the man of the Lord, right? He was the prophet. His sons listened and believed on him, right? Now their wives was in subjection and followed after their husbands. So what? They wound up being saved. All right. Now the whole planet Earth was repopulated through those 3 sons and their 3 wives, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right. Now, the Noah situation was pretty much like it's like the same situation we going through right now, man. All right. Everything in Noah's time is pretty much the same thing we got going on right now, man. They was eating and drinking and giving in the marriage and just, everything is all good as gold in that sense. Also, the men of the Lord on the highway, well, Noah was out there preaching for 120 years. People were scoffing. All right. Now the men of the Lord are on the highways and the byways preaching. People are scoffing until what? Noah entered into the ark and the Lord closed the doors and then the rain started coming. Now, we got that hedge around us. But when all these calamities start coming to pass and the Lord is protecting us, that's when everybody going to be trying to beat on the door or whatever, whatnot. But guess what? The door's going to be locked, man. All right. That's why the scripture also says, seek the Lord early while he may be found. All right. Now, in this case, for you women, hey, part of seeking the Lord is seeking out his men, the men of the Lord. All right. According to the scriptures, man. All right. Early while they may be found, because again, the famine of the word is coming right around the corner. All right. So that what? When these things start getting cut off, you'll already have your hedge. You're not running around trying to find some quote unquote oil in the last minute, or trying to go to the store and go buy some candles and some batteries and shit in the middle of the hurricane. Like, bro, our power went out. The store around the corner, they ain't got no power. So how the hell you finna go in the store and go buy some shit? You see what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work out. It's too late now. You should have been preparing for this day to come, man. We've been telling you these things are coming. You know what I'm saying? And how do I say? You say that a so-called, righteous woman and following after the law, statutes, commandments, and believing on the things that the men of the Lord are saying, but yet and still, you waiting to get your so-called survival kit into the middle of the damn storm. That's going to be like those 5 unwise virgins who waited to get their oil, man. All right. But nevertheless, reading Isaiah 4:1 again, it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Why? Because that man is going to wind up being that hedge, all right, that protection to be able to protect this here woman throughout these calamities. All right. And ultimately, that's what women look for. They look for power and protection. All right. They, look at any woman, man. Women don't really like broke men or nothing like that, man. But when men so-called get money, get a position in this here society, all right, that's when women start chasing them. That's why you see all these celebrities or whatever, whatnot, these rappers or whatever, whatnot. No matter how ugly or how busted this dude was before he was famous, you can go find the ugliest Flavor Flav type. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bet you if he wasn't Flavor Flav, all them women wouldn't be flocking onto him. But what? Because he Flavor Flav and he got some money and he's in a position of power, women flock unto him. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's gonna, that's just something inside of them. All right, but nevertheless, in these coming times, man, the men that's going to have the power, that's going to be able to sustain and how do I say, prevail against all these calamities that's coming, is going to be what? The men of the Lord. All right. So this is Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right. So going into this, like we read in Isaiah 4 and 1, 7 women shall take hold of one man. And here it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. It's not talking about just any man. All right. It's not talking about, just because, you got male reproductive organs, you can just go get what, as long as he got a male reproductive organs, I should be able to be with him and we would be all right. No, this is talking about the men of the Lord. All right. The Lord's servants. All right. Because why? Again, going back to 2/3 of Israel. All right. 2/3 of them going to get cut off, men and women. All right. So, hey, we can read that in Ezekiel. Let me go to there real quick. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said it unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry. That sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. So what this here mark is what? An exemption from judgment. All right. Well, let me go into it. All right, this here word mark. All right, it says a desire, a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. All right, so going back to the scripture. All right, Ezekiel 9 and 4, it says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, talking about the Israelites. First and foremost, these are all Israelite men, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men. All right, that sigh and cry for all the abominations in the midst thereof. So they on the highways and the byways, sighing and crying about all these different abominations that's going on in throughout the world. This is what we on the highways and the byways doing, and with these video epistles. All right, so it says set a mark upon their foreheads, or meaning put a mark of exemption from judgment. So what? The men that's on the highways and the byways doing the Lord's work, the Lord's servants, they're gonna have a mark of exemption from them. All right, so going back to what we was just reading in the book of Isaiah. All right, and Isaiah 4 and 1, and also in Isaiah 13 and it was 13 and 12. All right, talking about 7 women shall take hold of one man, and I will make a man more precious than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, this type of man is going to be what? It's going to be a man of the Lord. All right, let me go to verse 5. And to the others, again, we're reading about right here in Ezekiel 9 and 4. We're talking about Israelites. These are all Israelites. All right, verse 5. Now, in verse 4, they were saying, set the mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry. All right, this is basically going into what? The 144,000 and the 1/3. All right. And to the others, he said in my hearing, go after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So what? The Lord is going to bring down judgment on both men and women. All right. But the ones that's going to be exempt from this here judgment, starting with what? The elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, mainly dealing with these 144,000 men. All right. But nevertheless, when you go into the 1/3, you're going to be having what? Their wives, their children, their family. You see what I'm saying? These are going to make up what the 1/3 is. All right. And those that hear and believe on our word. All right. But never on the Lord's word, Salakia. But nevertheless, hey, man, women ain't exempt from this here judgment coming down, and men ain't exempt from it either. But what? If you want, for you women trying to get salvation through all this and get some protection or a hedge around this, all right, you need to be getting with a man of the Lord. All right. So I'm going to go from there to back in the book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah 32 and 2. It says, a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Hey, so this is going right back to what we was reading about what in Noah. All right. Noah actually had a physical hedge around him, which would have been that ark to protect him from the storm and the flood. All right. Nowadays, the Lord has got that spiritual mark. All right. This we just read about. All right. That's going to exempt us from this here judgment. All right. Now it says, and a man or a man of the Lord shall be a hiding place from the wind. All right. So what? He going to basically be a tornado shelter when the tornadoes come, or a hurricane shelter when the hurricanes come. All right. And then what? You women, all right, are going to wind up, how do I say, running into that shelter for protection. All right. It says a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as a river of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So what? When you walking through a damn desert and you all dehydrated and shit like that, and then you roll up on a damn river, what do you oh shit, thank you God, of salvation. I ain't gonna just die out here of dehydration. This is what I need to sustain myself, all right? Or of a great rock in a weary land. Again, you walking on this big ass the desert, ain't no shade, no nothing, the sun beaming on you, and then you see this big ass rock that you can hide behind and get some shade. All right, then what? You like, oh, thank God for this here shade. I can rest into this until the sun go down and keep it moving. All right, you're gonna wind up being shielded from the disasters that's coming to pass, man. All right, the Lord said He was gonna make a man more precious than the fine golden wedge of Ophir. So what? This is gonna be the thing that you're gonna be desiring. The number one commodity in these times is coming. All right, because why? We rolling into Jacob's trouble, a time like never before since there was a nation. All right. Let me just keep reading. Verse 3. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dimmed, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak vilely, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when their needy speaketh right. Going into what? You have a lot of people out here just speaking a whole lot of big shit just to, oh, I got this, I got that, whatever, whatnot. Oh, my money could save you this and that. You got a lot of, especially these women that's looking on the carnal things of these men, man. Oh, this man got the new Benz. He got this, he got that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm going to be straight living with him. Or we can get on the plane and go fly over here to get salvation. Nah, man. The Lord is the one bringing the destruction, man. You can't hide from the Lord when He's trying to destroy your ass, man. All right. And the only ones that He says is going to wind up being saved is what? The men of the Lord, man. All right. And then those that's basically hearkening unto their word, their family, their wives, and their children, and so on and so forth. All right. Verse 8. But the liberal devises liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Going into this here lesson, man. All right. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. There's a lot of women out there, again, that's listening to this here word, but what? You got to show your faith by your works, man. You actually, it's just like the men. The men out here watching the videos. You got some men that's watching our videos and just watching. They writing stuff down a little bit. They believe, but they're not really trying to do nothing about it, man. You got to actually put your hand towards the plow. It's like, you got some inside information that this here stock is finna blow, man. Like, damn, man. And you telling everybody you should invest into this stock. It's only $10 right now, bro, but it's about to go up to $1 million, man. Just go ahead and invest. You telling everybody about this, but you ain't even investing into this, man. All right. So what? You need to go ahead and actually do some work towards this, man. You want to get that reward. This stock about to blow, and you trying to make some money off of it. You telling everybody about it. You believe it's going to do it, but you don't want to invest into it. You're not going to get that reward. But say you wind up investing into that, then what are you going to do? You're going to reap that reward thereof, man. So you actually got to show your faith by your works, man. All right. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Now, how's the Lord speaking? Through his prophets, man. The Lord will do nothing unless he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right. Verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. All right. Let me just keep reading on down. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right. Because why? Again, you got a lot of women right now that's just so-called enjoying the good life right now. That want to go out, go shopping, buy these designer bags, go out, get their hair done, nails done, look the best of the best, go out to the clubs, be on Facebook, Instagram, stunting, showing off their body, whatever, whatnot, so on and so forth. The last thing on their mind is so-called getting with one of these so-called lame men of the Lord. Y'all niggas look square. Y'all niggas, whatever, whatnot. But at the end all be all, man, when destruction start coming now, man, what are you going to do then? All right. You can go on YouTube or World Star and see all these different women wind up catching judgment left and right, left and right, left and right. But look, 2 minutes before all of these things was going on, it was all proud and this and that, you know. Then, you know, there was a video of this one woman out in Texas who this Edomite man wanted to beat the shit out of her. And she got on the news and was like, well, he beat me like I was a man. Like, well, you was probably in his face and arguing and yelling at his ass like you was a man, so he treated your ass like a man. Then all of a sudden you want to revert back to being a woman. Nah, man. It's too late to seek the Lord now. You see what I'm saying? If you was just being quiet and humble, you know, those things wouldn't happen unto you, you know? And there's plenty of other situations like that, man. When reality start hitting, man, you can't take those hits, man, because why? You've been believing in these lies the whole time, man. All right? Going back up to these liberal women just walking around freely like, oh, I'm the boss, I do this and I do that. You know, all that big talk is going to go out the window, man. I make all the decisions around here. You know, I'm the boss of the house. I wear the pants around here. You know, I'm the boss and he do whatever I tell him to do, man. Okay, well, you got one of them soft ass men or whatever, whatnot. And in that day when shit start going, you know, going left field for your ass, all right, it'd be funny if he asked, like, well, wait a minute, you don't want to make the decisions. You the boss. You tell us what to do, man. What are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. You know, go on YouTube and look up the end of the world prank, all right, where they be showing, they had those nuclear message alerts come on the TV, man. And you'll see like husbands with their wives or whatever, whatnot, man. Or just how people react, man. You have these women be running around like they you know, like chickens with their heads cut off, man. But these are the same women who you try to tell them about things that's going on in the world. All these calamities come. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to watch the news. That's just all depressing. I don't want to hear about none of that. But now all of a sudden you think that you're going through a nuclear attack. Now you're trying to collect yourself and figure out what the hell is going on. You've been ignoring this so long. Now you have to deal with it, man. All right. That's just like, you know, you ignoring all your bills and your credit card bills and so on and so forth, paying your taxes. You done neglected all of this your whole life because why? You know, you making a paycheck and you getting a pretty decent paycheck, but you just going out and spending all that, balling out. Fuck all that. I ain't paying no bills. Fuck these niggas, man. I'm about to go ball out on this and that because I'm living my high life. All the bitches love me because I'm spending all this here money. But when they start garnishing your paycheck, now you're going to work 40, 60, and 80 hours a week, and you don't even bring home a dime because every dime that you're making going back to pay off your bills. Now you want somebody to help you out, but like, nah, man, when you was on top, you know, just spending all recklessly and not thinking about the future or whatever, whatnot, all right, not thinking about the ramifications of the things you was doing, all right, now you want somebody to help you out. It's too late now. You know, they didn't send you plenty of letters in the mail telling you, look, man, you got to, your bill is due. You got an overdue bill. You know, you got a pass overdue bill. All right, you know, you got some shit that's like, you know, way, way overdue. All right, now we're going to send you the collections. All right, well, fuck it. You don't want to answer the phone call. We're going to just start garnishing your check. Now that they garnishing your check, you don't work 60, 70, 80 hours. You got all this overtime coming. All right, and you got to pay your rent coming up. And you get your paycheck and say 80 hours on there. And how much you was paid out? $0. And then now I need somebody to help me out. This ain't right. This is wrong. And nah, nigga, it's not wrong. That's what you was investing into that. You know, you was taking every one of your paychecks and just went and balled out, and you didn't pay none of your debts back. Now they forcing that and they taking it all away from you. Now you want to cry about it? It's too late, man. It's too late to try to find somebody to help you pay off your bills. It's too late to try to fix your credit now. Your credit is already going into collections now. They passed collections. They garnishing your wages now. All right. Let me go from there to the book of this is Micah 7:10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which say unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire in the street. You know, so what? You got a lot of our women that's out here just laughing and scoffing at us or whatever, whatnot. Y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all, my God ain't like that or whatever, whatnot, or so on and so forth. And at the same time, you know, you have some women that are watching our videos, you know, that say that they believe in this and so on and so forth, say they believe that we're the men of the Lord, but they're not so-called putting their hand to the plow. They're not actually trying to get with a man of the Lord. So guess what? That's what the Lord said that was going to happen. So what? You going against the Lord's word? You know, so what? You basically at odds with the Most High, man. All right. So what? All that things, you know, it's the same thing as a man who say, you know, I didn't came across the Israelite videos. I'm watching the videos. I so-called believe in this. I might tell some of my friends about it, but I'm not actually trying to go out to the highways and the byways. You know, I'm not trying to warn nobody about their iniquities, man. I'm just trying to keep this all to myself, man. All right. What do you think the Lord is going to do? Hey, there's a parable about that, man. You know, the parable about the different talents, man. You had the one who had the one talent and he went and he buried his talent, you know, because why? I knew you was austere, so on and so. Hey, you got excuses, man. Why didn't you go out here and flip this shit like I told you to do it, man? You're supposed to go out here and turn this one into a two, man. You're supposed to go put in some work with this, man. I didn't give you this just for you to sit on this. I didn't give you this information for you to just, take it into one ear and not do nothing about it. I didn't give you inside information on the stock that's finna blow up tomorrow, and for you not to invest no money into this shit. I mean, I told you about this shit and you ain't invest no money into it. Now you trying to borrow some money from me, bro? How the hell you say you need to borrow $5, or you need to borrow? Let's say you need to borrow $10, and I told you if you put you got $5. If you put $5 into this stock, come tomorrow you'll be a billionaire. And come tomorrow, hey man, I took my $5 and I went and bought me some goddamn some weed or some crack or some shit like that with it. I'm like, well, you obviously didn't believe what I was telling you, or you might have believed, but you didn't believe enough to actually go and invest into this. Now you talking about borrowing some money. If you really needed the money that bad, you would have hearkened to what I told you, and you would have actually, how do I say, faith by works, man. All right, you would have actually applied what I was telling you and went and actually did that their work. But since you didn't, don't come looking for me for some answers now. All right. Let me go to Isaiah chapter 65. And verse 13, it says, Therefore thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall eat. All right. Now, who is the Lord's servants? All right. The Lord's servants are his prophets, the men of the Lord. All right. The ones that's out there doing his work. All right. Now, when you say a servant does what? They serve. All right. They serving who? Their master. All right. They're actually putting in work. All right. So you got a men of the Lord that's actually out there feeding and edifying and uplifting and exhorting, the brethren and the sisters that's out there listening and raising them up, letting them know who they are, putting in work for the Lord, man. You wouldn't know who you was if it wasn't for the men of the Lord out there preaching, man. So that's proof in the pudding that there's actually men that's out there actually doing this here work, man. And their work ain't going out in vain, man. Because why? Israelites are waking up, all right, prophesying the downfall of this here kingdom. This kingdom's actually falling. These prophecies are coming to pass. The Lord is on his way back. All right. So what? Now the women, if you say you believe, but you're not doing no work towards it, man. You're not trying to get with none of these men of the Lord. You just like the one with the one talent, man. You took it and just hit it. Yeah, I know I'm an Israelite and so on and so forth. I'm just trying to better myself and trying to get myself in order, whatever, whatnot, man. But what? That's not gonna cut it in the end all be all, man. All right, we're going through all this in the scriptures, man. All right. Isaiah 65 and 13 again, it says, Therefore thus saith Yahweh power, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right. So what? This is going into what? Men and women. All right. They're going to wind up being out there hungry while the men of the Lord are eating, thirsty while the men of the Lord are out there with drink. The men of the Lord are going to be out there happy and joyous, while everybody else is going to be sorrowful. Oh, why are these calamities coming? Why, while we in the middle of martial law, while we in concentration camps, while all these things is fucked up happening to us, But what? The men of the Lord are going to be sitting back and rejoicing, man. All right. Because why? The men of the Lord hearken unto the Lord, put in work for the Lord, and now the Lord is giving the men of the Lord their reward back, man. Salvation that, we read it in Ezekiel 9:4, setting that mark upon upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry, or the men that's actually out there doing the work of the Lord. All right. Give them the exemption card from this here judgment, because they actually hearkened unto the Lord and actually went forth and put in this here work, man. All right. It's more than just hearing. You got to actually do some work, man. All right. You can't just be like, oh, I know I'm an Israelite and so on and so forth, and that's just it. Hey, man, a lot of them people going to wind up being put to death too, man. All right. But nevertheless, let me grab one more precept and we're going to close out. This is Job chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. All right. So what we know that there's going to be 7 last major plagues is coming upon this here earth, man. All right. And going into that, what? Jacob's trouble, man. But he shall be saved out of it. The elect's going to wind up being saved up out of it. All right. So through the famines, martial law, race wars, all these different things, man, the men of the Lord are going to be right here in the middle of all the same ass bullshit with everybody else. But guess what? The Lord is going to wind up having a hedge around us to deliver us from these different things, man. So while there's a shortage of food and things like that, the men of the Lord are going to wind up having food. All right. They're going to wind up being prepared for all these different things, man. The Lord's going to wind up feeding them. All right. But here it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in the 7th, there shall no evil touch thee. What is the 7th trouble? You know, the 7th is basically the thermonuclear destruction, man. That's when we're going to actually be beamed up, man. All right. In the twinkling of an eye. All right. Verse 20. And famine shall he redeem thee from death, and war from the power of the sword. Like I was just saying, man. Hey, my servant, the scripture just said, my servant shall eat you, but you shall be hungry. So when there's a shortage of food and everybody's scrambling trying to find some food, like what's going on in Venezuela and things like that, man. All right, they over here selling they damn. You got women over here prostituting their body just to bring back a damn loaf of bread, man. All right, you don't want to be in no situation like that. But guess what? The Lord is gonna have the minute of the Lord set up to where, hey, we're gonna be rejoicing in these times, man. We're gonna be laughing at everybody else in their calamities, man. And you want to be, as these women, you know, you want to be sitting back with the minute of the Lord, sipping some wine and laughing at everybody else's calamities, you know, as they come to pass, man, and rejoicing and thanking the Most High that He saved you from these different calamities and tribulations. All right. Verse 20 again. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. All right, just talking about the minute of the Lord. Again, he gonna be a hiding place from the tempest. All right, he gonna be more precious than a golden wedge of Ophir. All right, this is gonna be the one thing you're gonna need to. Again, in the middle of a goddamn hurricane, the one thing, if you got to be in a damn hurricane, the one thing you're gonna need for salvation is what? A hurricane shelter, right? You know, carnally speaking. You know, so what? You're in the middle of a hurricane and, you know, your roof getting blown off. Bet you should, you know, damn, we should invest in a hurricane shelter, or damn, we should have went down to the shelter or whatever, whatnot, you know? That's the one thing you're going to be needing in those times. Same like in these times, man, or in the times of Noah, man. Everybody was over there scoffing while he was building his damn boat for 120 years. People like, man, this nigga is super retarded. But guess what all those people was desiring when the rain started coming down? They either desired to get on the boat or have their own boat in that day. But guess what? It was way too late, man. It was way too late to start building a boat in the middle of the damn storm. All right. Same way it's going to be in these times, man. It's going to be way late trying to find you a man of the Lord and trying to figure out things in the middle of all these different calamities, man. Because potentially any and everybody that you come across is going to be basically somebody that's out to kill you. All right. So you don't want to be trying to seek the minute of the Lord in those times after the famine of the word then gone out, after all these plagues and pestilences going out, martial laws going out. Hey, man, you might not be able to leave your city, your town, or whatever, whatnot, man, to get to where the minute of the Lord are at, man. All right, so this is why you want to start seeking the Lord early by what? Following after the law, statutes, commandments, and following after the things that He's prescribed and prophesied about inside these here scriptures. All right, verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. All right, so what? Like I just said, man, we're gonna be sitting back and laughing at all these different calamities, man. All right, when you got martial law troops kicking in doors, when you got the famine going out there, you know, and all these different things is going on, man, the men of the Lord gonna be laughing and rejoicing, man, sipping back on the best of the best food and drinking the best of the best wine. And man, Lord willing, hey man, I can already imagine now you got all these goddamn Edomites prepping in their doomsday bunkers and shit like that, man. And the Lord gonna give us spiritual powers, man. We're gonna be lifted up in that day, man. There ain't gonna be nothing for us to find out where they at anyway. The Lord gonna be able to give us, hey, because we're gonna go around bonding they kings with fetters of chains, man. Fetters of iron, these chains and shit. So we're gonna know where the fuck these people are at, man. All right, we're gonna know where all they damn doomsday bunkers at, what all they food at, and all that shit. And the Lord is gonna deliver us throughout all of these things. So He gonna give us the upper hand on these things, man. All right, so I can just imagine we being rolled from doomsday bunker to doomsday bunker, eating up all these Edomite shit, all these motherfuckers' food and everything after putting their ass to death, man. All right, so what? We're gonna be sitting back cracking jokes and sipping some yan or some wine. All right. Verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the field. For thou shalt be a league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. All right, so what? Again, the Lord's gonna put everything everything in our favor in that time, man. This is gonna be the time for the men of the Lord to shine on the planet Earth, man. All right, because what? We've been in the bottom of the barrel the whole time, but guess what? The Lord is about to start glorifying the men of the Lord, man. All right, and it's gonna Israel, but it's gonna start with the men of the Lord first and foremost, man. All right, but nevertheless, to go ahead and close out this here lesson, I just wanted to put that out there because look, the signs, the writing is clearly on the wall, man. This is the time that we've all been waiting on, man. Salvation, man. Salvation is literally right around the corner, man. And hey, to put it this way, they about to turn this 5G on ASAP. All right, they are scrambling to get this here thing in a place, man. All right, get this here 5G network in order, which is going to run the Mark of the Beast system, which the Mark of the Beast is the RFID chip. All right, and once these things get implemented, whether it be the end of this year or the beginning of next year, you know how things look like they shaping up, man. Hey, man, then it's going to be all out chaos, man. All right, and you don't want to be trying to find, you know, hey, what happens if your city is shut down or quarantined off and you can't get to another city, man? You see what I'm saying? You want to start making these ties now while you can, man. Reaching out to the men of the Lord. All right, and trying to, you know, find favor in their eyes. All right, because wow, this is gonna be your hiding place from the storm that's coming, man. This is gonna be your meal ticket in that day when you ain't gonna be able to eat, man. This is gonna be your comfort in the time of trouble and tribulation and calamities, man. All right, the men of the Lord are gonna be there to comfort you, man. All right, because wow, the Lord is gonna be comforting His men of the Lord, and it's gonna it is an order in this thing, man. All right, like the Most High Yahweh is the head of Yahushua. Yahushua is the head of what? The men of the Lord. All right, the men of the Lord. And all men should really be the head of their women. All right. So this is how it's going to go down, man. All right. These women going to look to the righteous women going to be looking to the men of the Lord for salvation and help. The men of the Lord going to be looking into the names of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua for salvation and help. All right. And going back into the things that we've been reading in these here scriptures, like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time, man. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there as we're, you know, winding down to these end times, man. All right, for you women that's out there, you know, watching and listening to our videos, man, you also have some work that has to be done, man. You also have to put your hand to the plow, man. You also, you know, you say you believe in these words and so on and so forth. You believe in these things, you know, you say you fear the Lord and you want salvation, but yet you're not trying to, you know, introduce yourself to any of these men of the Lord or anything like that, or at least reach out unto them for whatever reason, man. All right. But nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and close out with that. You know, Lord willing, you were edified with this. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.